Hey everyone, how we're all doing? I wanted to share something with you today on a topic, and that topic is intuition. It's been circling around in my surroundings as a topic in different ways, and I thought it'd just be maybe a nice idea to put a short video on my personal experiences with it, and if you can relate to it in some shape or form. And what is intuition? Anyone can define it in many different ways, and it could be defined as a higher form of intelligence when it comes to decision making. It can be defined as that gut feeling a person gets in a situation when they're about to make a decision on something that's quite important to them. And this steers us to how we think, where we think from, and then how to be conscious of it. Most of the time, traditionally in our world, we've been encouraged to get a lot of information, do a lot of reading, do the research, which is beneficial in its own way. However, when we are basing our information, basing a personal decision only on what other people or what other groups of people, certified or not, or this, say about a certain topic, we are limiting our personal experience and funneling it through somebody else. So in some ways, that's disempowering. It may lead to some pretty standard decisions that have been done, though it doesn't mean that decision is right for you. It doesn't mean just because a person had a bad trip to India and got food poisoning, and the number of food poisoning cases in India is like so high, and you've had people that tell you like, oh, don't go there. It's I'm not digging on India or anything, but I'm just saying as an example, I can think of, don't go to that restaurant. You might go to that same restaurant and have the best experience in your life, but because you based your decision on some reviews, on some research that was out there, it limits your experience. And not all research, not all opinions, not all external views are correct, let alone correct for you and for the experience that you need. So I'm sure you've encountered situations where you're about to make a decision and logically it didn't make sense. Logically, you had the world stacked up against you. But there's something in your gut and your stomach just like, wow, this feels right. I'm not going to tell people about it or this or that, because the people may judge me or whatever, but this is the right thing for me. And that's your intuition. And sometimes it's much stronger than other times, though in other situations it's not. And there's something to be said about education. As beneficial as it is, the more information we put in this box here, the more we operate here, if we're not conscious of killing off our intuition, then the more we're just like funneling all information through a set of ideas or ideologies that have been imprinted on us. Where intuition, it's still there. It's a deep knowing that no amount of information that you read outside or whatever, that's right. That's the right thing for you. And here's the little exercise that you can do to really tap into your intuition. Now, again, food really, really affects your ability to make an intuitive decision. So if you're smoking cigarettes, drinking a lot of coffee, eating a lot of meat, if you're having like these grounding foods that are just like keeping you more in your body, and they are going to hinder your ability to make an intuitive decision. Physical activity is great. So that's increase your ability to be intuitive. Yoga, meditation, fasting, different forms of breath work. Though there is like one quick thing you can do, and that's making a decision or feeling a decision from a place of love. And besides the hippy dippiness of it, you just like bring a love, bring a pet into your mind. If you have a question, bring a pet into your mind, feel how they make you feel, and then ask the question. And intuition answers you faster than the brain thinks. It's almost instantaneous. Once you have the question in your mind, you have the answer. It takes your brain about 3 seconds to start going da 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 da. But this, I read this, and it's not your intuition. It's not connected to the future. It doesn't have, your brain doesn't have a roadmap of what is the best road for you. Only your intuition does. And that is accessed within the first split second when you're in a comfortable state, in a state of love, thinking of a loved one, a pet or something, or you're just in a very good relaxed flow state, and you close your eyes, you bring that question in, breathe, and then as soon as you bring that question into your mind, you'll have the answer. Again, it's quick, it's instantaneous. But then be conscious of your mind that comes in afterwards saying, wait, I wasn't involved in this decision. What are you talking about? But I read this is dangerous, blah, blah. It's like, you have to like also learn how to train your brain. It works for you, not you work for it. So there's a higher intelligence. There's a greater ability for you to access this higher intelligence that has more than just logic. It works on fields and dimensions that we've yet to fully understand, but has been with us from the beginning of time, and that's how we got here. Cavemen didn't go running around reading and researching what's the best way to kill a woolly mammoth. They felt it, they sensed it, they knew where to go, where to search. They're in touch with their intuition, which again basically gives you access to higher, deeper information that your mind doesn't have access to. Your intuition is very strong in the morning when you're waking up. That's a good place to ask it. You could access deep breathing states like holostropic breathing, or other states where you can access it. And the more you start trusting your intuition, the more natural it becomes. Though again, like being in that state, being healthy with your body, being healthy with your mind, not having too many foods that get you energized and in that go, go, go mode will allow you to access your intuition, to enable you to conserve energy, to make the right moves when you need to make the right moves. The 80-20 rule exists for a reason, because only 20% of what you do actually produces most of the results. The rest is just spinning your wheels. So it could be said that if you want to live just through your mind and that's it, you're constantly going to be thinking, you're constantly going to be worrying, you're constantly going to be planning everything out, and that is not a place, not a peaceful place to be in your mind. That's a hell. Bottom line, your mind, if you're only operating from your mind and it's constantly going, constantly trying to control things, constantly trying to look out for you, constantly trying to manipulate, constantly trying to look out for yourself because you don't feel safe, because you don't trust. Once you start playing and acting and being more in a state of intuitiveness, you gain trust, you gain faith, and you find peace. So, that being said, try the 3-second rule. Think of someone that you love or something, and then bring that question into your mind and see what you come up with. All right? Have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you.